thought we were supposed to be wearing these shirts tonight.
No, I disagree.
No, man. Wait a minute. I thought it was this shirt.
No, it was supposed to be this shirt tonight.
No, wait a minute, Rupert. We got the same one, but
no, we had the right.
You got those last week.
Huh?
You got the wrong memo.
Last week we're supposed to be wearing this week.
You got the wrong memo.
Yeah. But wait a minute. Look, my dad even got all that right today, so we're gonna be fussing about a shirt. Wait a minute.
No, wait a minute. We talked about wearing these shirts this week.
No,
we wore those last week.
But even if we did, I mean, are you making out like we were wrong?
Just
we're united, man. We're not.
Three of us here. You're wrong. You just three of us here. You were wrong this week. It's okay, man. It's all right. You live. It's okay. We're here.
No, we're supposed to be united.
We still united.
Yes, we are united. Me and Simon are united.
Same kind of outfits tonight. We're not united.
Me and Simon are united. You're not. You're out.
Don't we all have beards?
Anyway, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Hey,
I'm not doing.
Rupert.
I don't know why.
Rupert, wait a minute. He's in his feelings.
I know he's all salty.
Don't touch me, man. Don't touch me, man. Right there. Don't touch me, okay?
Dude, don't be so salty. It's all right. Why are you leaving?
No, man. Don't touch me.
Okay,
right there,
I'm gonna woosah because he really. The first time he really was like in his feelings just a little bit about shirts.
This is no big deal.
But anyway, what else? I mean, we talk about a shirt.
Are you really mad, Mark? Are you serious? Are you really mad?
I'm just gonna be quiet right now, okay?
Okay, look, man. You know what? I'm out. This is crazy. I'm gonna step out, take a breath. I'll come back when y'all are okay.
We're just talking about shirts. What?
Look, you can leave too.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Look, man.
No.
Look. I'm getting sick of your attitude right now, man. Okay, this is just. Look, we're supposed to be Warriors United, and we're not united tonight, man. Come on.
I hope you're joking. I really do.
I want you to leave, and I'm going to do the show myself.
Because you know that if you want me to leave, I'm going to leave.
Bye.
I can't. Wait a minute.
Bye.
Because I'm
door right there.
Wait a minute. Whoa. I'm usually patient, but because I said you was in your feelings, huh? I thought we were boys. I mean, are we supposed to tell?
Bye.
You serious?
I'm serious.
Wait a minute.
Nah, this is it, man.
Let me go see Anita.
This is it, man. This is it.
No, wait a minute. For real?
Bye. Take your stuff and make it to the door. Hey guys, guess what? April Fools.
Thank you, Simone.
We should have saved
Sabrina. My family is like,
people watching. I wish we had more people watching. We would have a full group watching. It would have been funnier.
That's okay. It's okay. It served its purpose.
Our producer like this.
Oh man! But tonight's show is we are dealing with to agree and disagree. But before we say anything else,
I would let me do this for Ken. Me want to tell everybody, touch your subscribe button. Touch it. Pray for it. Push it. like it and share it. Because we want the nation. All the nations.
Simone, please do not be sweating. You know this. Come on, Simone. Come on.
Everybody, we appreciate you. Just like, share, and subscribe, please.
I think we may have lost some viewers right now.
We can't do this without you people. My children are tripping.
I think we lost a couple of viewers. From back.
I think people left. Some people thought we were serious, and they bounced like, "Oh, I can't be part of this."
Look, and we get a phone call from our bishop, and we're like,
"We've been stuck on that same number for a while, bro."
Hey, you know what? That was what we rehearsed last night. That's the funny thing about it.
Dang, it's nowhere near. Oh, no.
That was funny.
Call for help.
So tonight we're going to be talking about to agree and disagree. So we're going to have some interesting topics, and we definitely want you, our faithful listeners, to chime in whether you agree or disagree with what we're saying tonight. But again, that's your right.
Yeah, or if you have a topic, you can raise it on a comment, and we'll see if we go with it. Good evening, Deep.
Not to say we're going to use it, but
Oh,
you can say that.
oh,
Start up
I
again.
may disagree.
I guess we disagree.
You start up again. Oh man, I wish Brother Howard was on. He would have prayed for us tomorrow. He would have been praying for us tomorrow morning.
Since we took up most of it. But how was your weekend, though, Rupert? I mean,
You know,
church.
Well, first of all, I want everybody to pray for me because I'm going through some stupid litigation lawsuit that we messed up. So just pray for me that God works it out the right way. Not for my church, for my business. And I think that's going to work out okay. But other than that, man, the week was good. Easter weekend, you can't beat it. Services from Good Friday.
Now, should a
into
pastor
Sunday.
say Easter versus resurrection? Because Easter is what the world calls it, but we that are believers, we call it resurrection. So I just want to come ask that
You
question.
can call resurrection, but that would leave off good. That would leave off Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Sanctified Saturday, and then Sunday, because resurrection was only one of the days, not all.
Well,
four.
then could you just call that Holy Weekend?
I think he's
You
in the
could.
mood. I think he's still going on here.
You
I
could,
think he's still going on.
but maybe we should delve into it because that is a good question. Because Easter, people might think you're thinking of the Easter bunny, but
Yeah,
you're
but
not.
yes, because. But wait a minute. So, should Easter Sunday be the only Sunday where the parents get to dress their kids? Should
Wait.
they buy them a suit or a dress further down the line? Or we just have to wait 1 year for him to get another suit?
Well, you know,
Or
well.
dress.
Well, it's
Let's do it.
different now because now, well, that's not. Well, we're going to get into that, right? We're going to get into clothing because that's going to be one of our topics. But
Yes.
there is a difference between how kids dress today to church and how they used to dress back in the day. So
Okay.
Easter, they dress up special on Easter, but back in the day, every kid was wearing a suit. I remember going to church in suits as a kid.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
so
we
the only
actually
difference
had
in
on suits
Easter was you got a
Sunday.
new suit.
Hey, look, we actually had
had
on suits
suits
on
on.
Sunday.
You had suits on?
Yes.
Matching
you know
suits?
No, because you know that we have security. No.
That's only Christmas.
No, I ain't looking like the 5 heartbeats. So
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if I was going to see this one again. Wait, I don't have it anymore. I deleted it. Oh, you all look, I deleted that one.
Good.
what?
I
No.
deleted it.
No.
Oh no.
But back
Oh,
to
you
this
know, like-
Holy Week. So based off of that, it should be. I mean, we classified it as Holy Week. It started on Monday
Yes,
with consecration prayer each Monday, each morning, all the way through Saturday.
which they had
Saturday was the
prayer.
conclusion of the prayer
8 o'clock. Yeah.
and ending up.
He did not.
The ending of the consecration.
Are we going back to the beginning of the show here? Why we go back to the beginning?
Why?
Wait a minute.
Why?
Can we put the picture of him on the roof?
Oh.
We're talking about my scared days.
So anyway, so why did some churches say Easter versus resurrections? Let's get into that.
You know what? I really don't. To tell you the truth, I don't know when it changed. When did it change? Because I'm thinking that's a knowing us is probably some black folk who changed it.
But I don't even remember really them saying it's Resurrection Sunday. It's always Easter Sunday.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it's changed, it's probably some black folk who made the change and said, well, we got to call it resurrection because Easter is not accurate.
Yeah, because if you say Easter, you're going to see rabbits all running around the church.
Yeah,
or
no
something
bunnies.
like that. It's nothing about that.
No
And
bunnies,
Easter
no
eggs.
eggs. They know
Yeah.
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
But a lot of people associate the word Easter to being, of course, a pagan
Well,
ritual holiday. Of course, everything's always paganized nowadays. So they try to take it from that and call it, make it more sanctified by saying resurrection.
I would prefer Holy Week, me myself.
Same here. Same here.
And resurrection seems like it's just the day, and there's more to this than just the day, right? Because there is the death. Without the death, sin is not taken away.
No.
Right, so you have to include it. So I prefer Holy Week. Easter doesn't mean anything really to me. Easter is the holiday, but if you said Holy Week to me, I'm on it. I'm with you.
There you go. Good point. Good point. Well, to that point, did you have like an Easter egg hunt around your church, or
No,
no? Why
Nope.
not?
At my house.
You didn't involve the kids in the festivities or anything?
we used to have every once in a while we have an Easter egg hunt, but because of the limit, my youth is still limited, but I do have young kids. But we didn't do it this year. I didn't even think about it this year. We did have bun and cheese though. We gave everybody got some.
I had that.
Yeah, what?
Bun and cheese.
Everybody had bun and cheese. We brought it.
What's bun and cheese? Help me. What's this?
Did you just say what's bun and cheese?
Yes.
You're an honorary Jamaican and you don't know what bun and cheese is?
I'm not Jamaican.
No,
You're
he's not.
honorary.
He's trying.
You're an honorary
He
Jamaican.
just honored you.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm honored.
You know, when you come up north up to Trenton area, you know you get the Jamaican
You know
food.
what?
This is true. This is true. But
If
still,
I'd
what
have
is
known
it?
that, if I'd have known that he didn't like it, because I got some this last weekend,
I didn't say I didn't like. I said, what is
I
it?
would have showed him exactly what it looked
Yeah,
like.
we gonna have to get him some bun and cheese. It's a fruit bun, but it's
Okay.
different from the regular fruit bun. And you take a slice of cheese. Now I don't know what type of cheese it is. Don't ask me.
Put
But
it
it's
in
a big
between.
old block of cheese. It's in the middle of the bun. But it's good.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, it is.
So do you
Wait,
dip it in something?
hey,
No,
hold on.
no.
Hey, honey,
No.
I don't know about. Wait, honey, if you're home, could you bring down some bun and cheese so I can show Mark? Just if
Please.
you know, I don't know if she's
Please.
home. She's listening.
Okay, I want to see what this bun and cheese is. So
Yeah, 'cause I think
okay.
we have another. I think we have at least one up there.
So you had the bun. Now, do you do Easter basket still or anything like that?
We didn't do them this year. We've done them in the past. We didn't do any this way. I used to hand out the chocolate crosses instead of the chocolate bunnies. We didn't do anything like that this year. We haven't done it for a couple of years because of COVID.
No chocolate bunnies?
So a chocolate cross versus a chocolate bunny. What's up with
What?
that?
Yeah.
Hey man, chocolate cross, man.
Chocolate cross.
I'm holy, bro. I'm holy.
He on you today. Watch it. Yes.
I'm holy. I'm
Because
watching
we
it.
did. Because we did have it wasn't an Easter egg hunt, right? Because you have to hide the eggs. And you know how big our grounds are. So they were, I think it was like 1,000 eggs. They had a section for the small kids and a section for the bigger kids. And I'm like throwing eggs as far as they could go. You had a basket and you collected. We had a good amount of people come.
Wow.
Everyone came with.
So
Yes. And the
anybody
weather turned out to be nice.
did anybody complain about it?
No.
Really?
Well, I wasn't there, but as far as I know, they didn't.
And plus, it wasn't just our church. We had people from the community,
Neighboring.
the neighbor. They
But that's-
came in also.
See, that I understand because that is a community outreach that is good. Because getting the kids, I'm a big advocate. Well, this from our story, disagree. We're on disagreeing to agree to disagree, but I'm a big advocate of that because anything that brings kids to the church sooner or later will bring their parents. So I'm a big advocate of that. There it is.
Woo!
So, other words,
Yes.
Very
this
good
is like
producer.
fruitcake.
Fruitcake. He said fruitcake.
It is like a fruit cake. No,
he
but
didn't say
it
that.
doesn't have that
But-
much. That one's a
Ew.
little bit. That one has more
I do
fruit
not
than
like
most of them.
fruitcake.
Let me
No,
look at-
that
Hey,
one has
well,
more fruit than most of them.
he's not an advocate.
I don't like fruitcake, period. Because when we get fruitcake around Christmas time, that bad boy keeps going. I do not do fruitcake.
Hey, Rupert, Ken down there licking his lips.
I
I
know.
see him there. He saw
Our
that bun and
producer
cheese.
was like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh."
I saw
Bun
he
and
saw that
cheese,
bun
bun
and
and
cheese.
What
So
is
it's
cheese?
basically a fruitcake with cheese.
It's different. It doesn't taste like a. It's not like an American fruit cake. It's a little bit different.
No, it's not.
Okay, maybe I need to try it.
Yes,
I
you
need
do.
to
Yeah,
try
if
it for
you
Mexican
try it, it's
food.
different. It's not like the American fruit cake. It does have some of them have fruits in it. Some of them don't have as many.
You need to talk to someone so you can get one.
Please.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, let's get some of these questions we have popping up or comments.
But how?
Yeah, it does look delicious.
It is delicious, brother Howard.
It is deep. It's delicious.
It is delicious.
Once I
Simon,
taste
man,
it,
you know
Deacon,
what? We may have to bring some to convocation, even though it's a little bit out of the season.
No, what I'm gonna do, like I said, we have some Jamaican sisters in our church, and now and again supply me with some Jamaican food, even him. And so might have to put a special request because he's just embarrassing me right now about bun and cheese.
well, digging out, when I taste it, I will give you my unbiased opinion of it, okay?
Lord have mercy.
All right, there we go. All right,
Yeah,
what else
like-
we got tonight?
Okay, let's bring up the first one. First, disagree to agree. This is the one we're going to play the April Fool's joke on, but we changed it up at the last minute. But succession. Do we agree or disagree that pastors need to have a succession plan? People, please chime in, ask your questions, or give us your thoughts. But I say that, and we're not playing the April Fools, but I say that it really all depends.
Yes.
It depends. I do not think you have to give succession. I think it really depends on your competency. Where are you? And if God has called you to step away.
I think you should have a plan in place. It's, God forbid,
Emergency.
something happens as an emergency. And I hate using that expression, so you get hit by a bus. I hate using that expression. And then who's going to step in if you don't have something in place? I know you want somebody crazy to step in and take over. So if you already have someone in place, then that way it should be no doubt is what should happen next.
But you know that some churches, that'll be decided by the board. So even if you think you the next one, if the board in your church say, it ain't gonna be you.
That's true. They do have some churches that vote people in,
Yeah.
which we understand, so that's out of control. But for those churches that do not have something like that, they should have it in place.
Well, churches that have boards pretty much have a succession plan. The board picks it,
Yeah.
right? Those churches that have boards.
So we
they
throw
end
that
up
out there because that
doing
don't
the
even
board
work.
picks it. Yeah. So either board picks it or they have a hierarchy like the AME church. They have boards, but the AME headquarters sends people to your church, right? That they're a little bit different. I think it's AME. But for us, church, our Pentecostal apostolic oneness churches or churches that started, foundationally or independent, I still believe it's very tough because you have, oh God, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
I know.
Thank you, Kim.
Oh, she just wants some bun and cheese.
Thank you,
That's
Kim.
all. Yeah. Okay.
No bun and cheese for Kim. So
No.
Yes, Kim. Yes,
No.
Kim. Once I find some, I'll bring you some. But right now, I don't know where I can get it. So, but thank you, Kim. Anyway,
So, but I feel that did Moses have a succession plan? No, and he died, and Joshua took over. God has a succession plan already. I believe God has a succession plan for the churches.
But Joshua heard from the voice of God as to what to do.
Right. The person that's in that church should hear from the voice of God and tell what to do. The problem is the people. It's not the succeeder. It's the people. That's the main problem. It's the folks that come in because everybody thinks they know who should be. The reason why succession plans are needed is because the people in the pews don't always agree with whoever comes next.
I
right?
agree with that.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
100%. 100%.
That's the problem. So that's why the pastor has to now announce it before he goes, I'm going to give it to this person. So everybody's like in agreement. Oh, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. And still people leave. Doesn't make a difference. People still leave. Even after six,
Not everybody's going to agree.
Right. But at least that person or the congregation already knows this is going to be the next person in line in the event of. So it gives you 6 weeks to find a new church.
Well, I know for a fact that I may be in the family, but he will never get to me.
You never know.
No.
You never know.
I could be on FanDuel for that. I'll be a rich man.
Elder Deacon Rollins
No.
will be the next pastor.
I walk up myself.
But hey, you say that, Simon. Remember, it was is it not Kodrick? It's Bible Way International. Remember, one of the decessor was Sam's, what's his name? For the founder of it, his successor was his limousine driver.
Oh wow.
That was the person who came next. And I wish Bishop Johnson was there because he tells the names exactly. But the person who succeeded the bishop, the presiding prelate, was his limousine driver. Nobody understood it, but that's who he had to succeed, because guess what? That was the person who heard his thoughts the most.
Yes, right.
And that's the person who had his heart.
Yeah.
So he was successful. The hardest thing here's, Ken saying, yes, without one, the church just goes to the pastor's family where there could be others. I'm a pastor's son, right? Bishop Saunders Sr. is a pastor's son.
Yeah.
Two things why it goes to the family. One is good, one is bad. One is the good, the bad one is a lot of times is finances, right? Because if the preacher was financially being kept by the church, when he passes, especially suddenly, how's his family going to survive? Because the church has not created something to be able to give to the family, right? So the family takes over. But the two good one is, though, who knows the heart of the pastor better than maybe the son or the mother or the wife or the daughter, right? Because that's the person who's there the most. Right. Really want to have that person's heart beating. Now, there are churches where there is like the limousine driver. They have the heart of them. So yeah, you could miss out. So it's tough to say, but my thought is the individual should know. I have a plan and I don't want to die in it. But if there is nobody to succeed me, then what am I going to do? Just give it to somebody because? Thank you, Smallwood Williams. Thank you. Thank you, Anita. That's the person he gave it to, his limousine driver.
Right.
But okay. You need succession in the workplace. Without succession, business or congregation would fall apart.
I agree. Of course, I'm agreeing with my wife.
Of course, he's gonna agree.
I'm agreeing with my wife on that. Yes, I am.
But, I mean, I agree.
Okay. Well, let's go on. Let's go to the next one. The next one, was it him? The plan should not be based on old person's heart. Oh, stop that.
Ooh.
Oh, old person's heart.
Ooh.
I hope he was joking.
Well, can't we just bring him in?
Yeah, can we just bring him in and
explain that one?
We may have to bring him in. We're going to bring him in on that one because he's going to have to explain to all these people.
Yeah, bring him in. Yeah.
All right, so producer, help us understand your comment.
My comment was related to what Rupert was saying about what's in the pastor's heart. And I was trying to make a point. I left out a word. I was trying to make a point that succession plan is a succession plan. It should be based on the benefit of the church and not what was in the heart of the previous pastor. That was my point. And you can agree to disagree on that, but that was my point.
We're taking him out. He didn't say that.
No, he definitely didn't say that.
He said should not be based on the old person's heart. That's what he said.
Right. I know that there's a lot of young people out there would agree with him, because
Yeah,
that's one of that's their issues now.
Yeah.
Is that there's too many, I'll just say seniors, who are still ahead, but their minds are not broad enough to go ahead. So I understand. I agree on that part, because I know a lot of young people will say, "Yeah, get them out."
yeah.
Even in
That's-
that church, they're saying that.
Right, because you got some pastors that have that drill sergeant mentality
Mhm.
where they put you in a position and you stay there until you, I don't want to say you die out of it, but you just stay there and you can't get out of it.
Others, I love and respect my elderly. So I just want to make the point. I should have said it should not be based on the old person, the old pastor's heart. So not old person.
You
Okay.
Too
mean
late.
previous, so you
Too late.
meant
It's
previous.
too
Too
late.
late. Too late.
It's all over the world now, bro.
I just clarified it, and I just want
You're
to say good job.
Right.
You want to clarify? His pastor must be old, might be watching.
Well, so if you're in a position at church and you've been in there for a lengthy part of the time and you want to get out of it, but your pastor or whomever you're reporting to won't let you get out of it, what does a person do?
So there's two questions you have to ask yourself, right? Do you want to get out of it because you think God is removing you from it, or are you getting out of it because God has told you it's time to move on?
Well, I mean, was it humanly? I mean, if you think that, I mean, how does it say? So you've been in a position for a long time, and then you hear rumors. Oh, he been there all this time, and blah blah. No one else gets a chance to do whatever, but that person hasn't even stepped up to try and do anything themselves.
There you go.
But you're gonna make a comment. So if that's the case, it's like, hey, go to meeting time. You want to talk to your pastor? Hey, pastor, I think I might want to sit down for a while or retire or something like that. What? Why you say? Did God, like you said, did God tell you? Did you get a word that I? No, I just heard some rumors. See, that's the thing. Oh, rumors.
He just hit something really good here. Oh, can I get those out here?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
When people get ordained as elders,
oh, dang.
4 or 5 weeks after that, they disappear.
Oh, dear.
To go start their own thing. Should the church take back their appointment as an elder?
we don't know the conversation that person had with the pastor. It's hard because you don't know the conversation they had. They could have a conversation, but pastor is going to say, "Look, well, I'm going to make you older because I want you to go start a work." Right? That could be it.
Could be. But what if that's not the case and the person decides they want to go rogue and say, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing?
Anybody who goes rogue is a rebel, and we're not supposed to support rebels.
Yeah. So what? Okay, then. So going to his question here. So, oh dear. How long are you a member of the church? And then you're ordained that elder. I'm being facetious here.
I again, it's tough because in today's world, the correct, politically correct answer would be there should be some time while that person is there, because you don't want to overlook those that have been there for a while. In the spiritual realm, though, it's whoever is spiritually based to take that role.
Okay.
So it really depends, because you could come in and be baptized yesterday and be ready to take that role the next day, right? Because God has ordained you or touched you. But the church would have a frenzy. And again, people, it is so tough because leaders have to deal with people.
Agree.
Yes.
Agree.
That's what makes it tough. If we were dealing with spiritual souls, everyone, but that's not the case. The church is not made up of spiritual souls. It's not supposed to be.
Right.
The church, the Bible tells us that it will grow with the sheep and the goat. The wheat and the tares will grow together. So it's not going to be. So you have to navigate that stuff. So I always say people will. If you're supposed to be, you should be doing it anyway. So you can be a brother and preach. Why do you have to have a title to preach? You can preach. Be a brother and preach. You can be a sister and preach.
That's what you're telling this man.
Right. You don't need a title.
Right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I need to stay at Transformation Church. I do what I do, and I love what I do.
But if you are doing it because God has called you to do it, your leader and leaders will see it.
Yes.
And they will never question it. It's when you do it outside of what they see.
There you go.
It's what I disagree on. No, this is what I disagree on. This ain't about me, bro.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
We're talking in general.
I'm talking.
Somebody got a little touchy here on the moment.
No. You pointed at me.
Let me ask our listeners. Do you think? Please let us know. Do you think you need a title to do the role of ministry? Just let us know what you think. I really want to know what people think.
Well, the Bible says, therefore, seeing that we have this ministry. It didn't say, therefore, seeing you have an elder, you have this ministry. Therefore, seeing your ministry. It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry. So he's telling us that once you know the word of God, to go out and make disciples.
Yes.
And he was saying, I mean, that you can be the least of least and still do what God have you to do.
Read what your wife just.
Okay. She says, I think the church should become too loose. Say that, Don. And we still need grounded, focused saints or leadership. The church needs the Holy Ghost filled person in leadership. Or what's that? What about saving souls?
So are you going to agree or disagree, Mark?
You know I'm going to agree with that. Because the church has become too loose. We've seen that. Come on, guys. We've seen churches across. YouTube has been the prime example of seeing churches becoming too loose in their doctrine, in the way how a lot of people conduct themselves. So we've seen it. I don't disagree with it. Churches become too loose.
Then the question is, what is too loose? That's the question. What is too loose? But like you said, now, like I told you, I saw is this agree or disagree? So I saw a pastor preach Easter Sunday on YouTube. He wanted to preach the burial and resurrection. So he's preaching, and then he's got two of his deacons to pick him up, carry him down to the front of the church while he's still preaching. Yeah, and God said, and he's preaching. They wrap him in a blanket. He's still preaching. He's got the mic, and he's not letting go of that mic. They pick him up and put him in a coffin, which he said it was a tomb. Close the coffin, and he's still in there. Yes, and this is what God, and this is what Jesus did. Open the coffin, resurrection. So and this was he got out and went back to the pulpit and started preaching. And really, I didn't even know why he said.
Okay, here we go. Oh, here's a good one here. Please put up Sister Shirley Nelson.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
so that was McCum. This I would say. She says, I don't think so. But they call people who preach bootleg preachers.
Well,
this is what heard. This is what I heard.
Pretty much what I heard.
A bootleg preacher. Is that the one who gets paid?
That's what it sounds like to me.
He just go from church to church,
just wasn't
and get paid.
It's like a gig, as they call it, a gig. And I don't like when I hear ministers say, "I got this gig." I don't like when I hear that.
But
to me, you're not preaching for the saving of souls. You're preaching for the increase in your pocket.
Yeah, look, ministry has become such a
monetary.
Yeah, it's becoming such an open bill, right?
Yeah.
We talked about it before. It's become such an open bill that people just, it's no longer about, like your wife said, about souls
No.
as much about how can I get you. This is the thing. Let me get enough people hype
Well,
when I preach, and that way people will call me to preach. Let me lay hands on people and push them down so they fall out. They'll call me to preach.
I'll take that
Let
blanket
me
off.
tell people how bad they are and
Swing the
how
foot.
sinful they are. Ain't no one gonna call me back.
No, when you speak the truth, your calls will be limited.
But it's so open. And when I say open,
Mhm.
anybody can say anything they want with God or Jesus in it. And we're supposed to, with humble hearts, humble minds, not knock it, but could be from God.
But that's the problem, right? Because we get to the point where, is it from God or is it just the way they sound, or is it their popularity? Like
Exactly.
at one time, TD Jakes could go anywhere he wanted to, and he's gonna blow it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you can say to yourself, was that really a good message? I don't know, but it's TD Jakes, so it must have been. I mean, literally, he go anywhere, right? And that's where a lot of these guys are now with the younger folks. They ain't go anywhere, and they're gonna blow it up.
You're gonna do two at once, because Esther, she said, you absolutely do not need a title to do ministry. Sharing the truth of God's word can come out of the mouth of babes.
That is true.
And underneath that, Elder Lawrence says,
No.
no, you don't need a title to preach the
You gotta say
gospel.
this is Lawrence.
Oh, so I'm sorry,
That's
Elder
it.
Lawrence. I messed up your name.
You gotta say this is Lawrence.
Elder Lawrence.
There you go.
My man, no, you don't need a little title to preach the gospel. Thank you.
And
Forgive me, sir.
But that's important to understand, and that's important
Exactly.
for our younger folks to understand. What happens is the younger folks, not all of them, but so many of them want the title and want to wear the robe and want to wear the garments, so they seem important. But you're only important when you do. You can preach to 10,000 people and be so insignificant
Mhm.
because not one of those people will touch Christ.
Mhm.
Or you can preach to 10 people and be really significant because 10 people touch Christ. And that's not what we have in our head. People
So
have in
being
their head,
in
I
the
want to preach
trenches.
to big crowd.
Yeah. So being in the trenches, is that important? That you've been in the trench?
I think you need to be in a trench, yeah.
Mhm.
Just a
Because
question.
I think what is it? I think we were talking about, I don't know if it was with you guys or somebody else, but I was talking about, I said, I am better now because I fell for a moment.
Yeah,
Lose
some of
us.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, I'm better now because I understand things I didn't understand before.
Mhm.
So whereas I don't think that, I think my sister forgot the show was on. She's calling me. Let me put her on. Let me put her on, so because she knows the show's on. Let me put her. Hello,
Go
Deborah.
ahead.
Deborah, do you know I'm doing a show?
You didn't put it on a speaker.
And she hung up.
but do you feel that, and I think some people get under the notion that if I become an elder, if I become a pastor, that I'm going to have all this, all that. They don't realize the weight that falls under becoming in ministry. It's
because
not
they
what
don't
everybody-
take on the weight.
right.
No.
They
They
don't
don't
take
see it.
on the weight. All they do is preach. All they
Right.
do is go out and try to
Right.
gain. They don't take on the weight.
Right.
They don't sit in council. They don't go to somebody's house late at night. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
I had a young man that was preaching. He called me to do, because he was doing a funeral. He didn't know how to do it.
Mhm.
30-something, he was an elder, didn't know how to do a funeral.
Come on.
And I said, well, where's your
What?
pastor? Oh, well, he didn't tell me. Then he's like, can you go to the internment? Because I don't know how to do that either. So he didn't know these things because he doesn't take on the weight of sitting with the family during their time of grieving and helping them work out a program for the. They don't go through that, bro. They don't take all this. I want to preach. I don't want to carry the weight. They think that all Jesus did was a sermon on the sermons. They didn't see him going and healing and touching and praying, and those are things that that's the weight, man.
Exactly.
I used to not go to the altar to pray for people because I used to have this thing where I would feel the people's heaviness and I'd start crying. I'd be like, oh, I can't go to the altar no more.
Right.
Because I'm feeling their weight. I'm
Mhm.
praying for them and suddenly you begin to feel their weight. And you're like,
Mhm.
and I'm talking to them through it. And I'm like, this is just too much, man. I can't do this.
Oh, in other words, you got to say your hit like and subscribe.
Oh.
We well into the show.
Yeah, he's like 8, 10 of whoa. Of course, we appreciate everybody watching. Just keep pressing, even in the middle of the week when you're watching it. Hit the share, hit the like, and the subscribe. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and when you come back to Monday, hit it every day. Share, share, share. We love you all. We love you.
This
Every day.
every day. Just hit it. Going every day.
I'll talk to him later after the show on this one.
So Adina said, I think for some preachers it's just a rush for them. They thrive on interested in being in spotlight. They may not be concerned for souls at all. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Yeah, I totally
Yeah,
agree.
but we just say that. Yep.
You know, please make sure it's the Lord.
Go ahead.
Now, this is the part that I think most of us miss. Let's agree to or disagree. Is everybody called, or is everybody preaching today called to preach?
No. We said that together, so we both in trouble then.
Are you sure?
No, I don't think they are. Because you can listen to some people when they preach, and you would know if you're called, just some of the stuff that comes out of their mouth. I heard this one preacher, he says, I may encourage, but I may cuss you out at the same time because I know God is still working on me. Why would you say that across your pulpit?
But it's like, have you ever sat in a service where the preacher was hollering and he was doing all this noise and he weren't really saying anything?
Nothing. All you heard was
And
the audience.
And then you look at the congregation and nobody's really doing anything.
Mm-mm.
And some of them might just do it for sympathy. But you don't hear nothing go, preach, or nothing.
Or I love this one say, well, what did they preach? Oh, he preached. I don't know what he preached, but he preached.
Yeah. I don't know what he said, but he preached.
I'll tell you a quick story. When my dad was live, we went to the service, and it was a well-known preacher, supposedly, in the New York area, was preaching. And so when he was up there, he was preaching a storm, and people were shouting at me. And I'm looking at my dad, and he's not moving. I'm not really getting anything, but people shouting and going crazy. So when I get to the car, I'm driving there, I'm like, Dad, was it me? Or did that man not really say that? My dad said, the man said nothing. He repeated a bunch of songs. That's what my dad said. It happens. People get so caught up on who the person is, they forget, like we're saying, TD Jakes, they forget what he's actually saying. Right? Now, I'm not mocking, I love TD Jakes, so I shout on TD Jakes too, but I'm saying that that's what happens to us a lot of times, that your reputation is what gets you.
Yeah.
Oh, so
someone's asking you a personal question.
Asking you
a personal question.
You, not us, but you a personal question.
So we're just gonna sit back
and not listen to this.
And just listen to this.
So Overseer Rupert, thank you, sir.
That's you.
That'd be you.
You could have said, Warriors United Group, what do you think is a cause for the lack of understanding of what it means to preach? I think that there is a lack of mentorship and under shepherding, if I can use that word. People don't want to be under people anymore. They don't want to go through what it used to be to serve the person in front of you.
Okay.
I think that's why there is the lack of understanding, because Elijah spent time with Elijah because he wanted to, and that taught him what it meant to be a prophet. If you're a young man and you don't have somebody that you are, not somebody that you're just calling on the phone, hey, what should I do? Somebody that you're ministering to and helping minister. I think that's where the problem comes. I understood. I'm fortunate, right? Because I'm a bishop's kid, so I was
Yeah,
with
you are.
bishops all the. No, really, you are, and I'm not going to lie about it. When you're in a room with 4 bishops and they're talking, you get a lot of information.
I don't disagree with that.
Right.
You don't.
So I have to say, when my dad says go pick up Bishop so and so, I'm getting a lot of information. I'm driving 30 minutes with a bishop talking to him about something, and then I have my own dad in my own house that I can go to. So it's an advantage. With young people, but I also serve. If my dad said, "I need you to do this," I did it.
Right. That's
I
a
did.
difference.
It was what I did, and because
and
of
you had
that,
the willingness to do it. Right. You had the willingness to do it. Hey, look who we have, man. Look who it is.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Pastor D.
Hey, man.
Wow.
Good. He doesn't know
Pastor
him, but we do.
I'm just clapping because y'all were clapping.
Pastor
I
D.
just see
Pastor
radio
D.
show.
Pastor D, tell us what you think about. We have to have you on the show for one thing, but tell us what you think about preachers today.
Right.
Are all preachers called today? Are they all called? I know he's going to say, but I want to
Right. And so since the last time we talked, guys, you see that the star of the show is still here. So good to see you back, man.
Okay, then you're really going over my head here. You can say the star of the show.
Pastor D was one of our guests and a good friend of ours from the other show that we did.
Okay, then. Okay.
And so that's why you don't know him, because you weren't on the show. We hosted that show when Pastor D was on. So
the Boys to Men? No, the bad boy. No, my bad.
They actually went to the studio. They went to his studio and they did a live show there.
Wow.
I had to call in because I couldn't make it up. And so, of course, when I called in, I was the star of the show. So that's how that happened.
So, but wait a minute. He didn't make it.
No.
But he was star of the show.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
That's
anyway.
Right. So you don't agree with that?
No. But anyway, because I remember driving with somebody and we were talking about the preacher. And I was talking and I asked the question and always get a positive answer. And he was like, the young fella had a wonderful time. He was very happy. that was he had a wonderful time.
That sounds like the chief apostle to me.
I didn't mention no names. He had a wonderful time.
That's what the chief apostle would say. You know what the chief apostle used to say to me when he was younger? Whenever I saw Chief Apostle Saunders Sr., he would say, "You saved yet?" And I'm like, yes.
Elder Lawrence. That is why on this show, we do not address each other by our titles, because some people, they do get upset if you don't call them by their official titles, which to me, I think it's a shame. Mm-hmm. It's a shame. Some people, I know, they get really, really upset if you don't call them elder so-and-so or overseer so-and-so or chief this. I'm like,
yeah, even to this day. And we know that we do respect people.
We do respect them.
We respect them. And if that's how they want it, we will do that. But if you want to call me by my first name,
I have no problem with
it's
that.
not a problem.
I'm not going to be outside. He didn't call me elder. No. You know, that when I remember when I first became a minister, and I never forget at my previous church, when they didn't call me minister, I got upset about it. I was like, God was like, who are you? That put me in check, man. That put me in check. From that point on, I was like, I don't need it.
Because I know that there's someone at that church. I don't think they're watching right now, but I'll get on them next. But there's one person that agreed that I call him by his first name if he called me by my first name. And he has a title, and we both agree on it. And he's very comfortable. He's very happy with it. Yeah. So
I will tell people that outside of the church, if I call you by your first name, it's because you're my friend. If I call you, if I give you respect outside of that, for instance, if you're older, I will call you by your title just because that's just a sign of respect. But if we're one-on-one, I may call you by your first name because we're friends.
Exactly.
Right? And so I have no problem. I have no problem with it.
I'll probably forget the first name. I called you Elder so-and-so or evangelist so and so for so long. He's like, "Dad, what's your first name?" I don't even know. I was
Somebody
going to
said,
be a last
you know,
name.
you know Rupert Johnson? Rupert?
Who? What about overseer? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. That guy.
Him.
That guy.
Yeah. But titles are great to have. I don't think there's nothing wrong with titles. Also, let me point that out. There's nothing wrong with titles. I just think that the title doesn't make the person makes a title. That's what I think.
Mm,
You know, I think that you could be titled bishop and not be doing bishop stuff, or you can be titled bishop and being even better than a bishop, what you would expect. You can be titled minister and really be doing ministry, or be titled minister and just sit in the pews and look cute. Right. So I think
I got to stir the pot as
Okay.
usual. So, should churches allow their minister music serve as minister music when they know they have a interesting lifestyle?
come on, man. You talking to apostolic people. We're not
Well,
free.
you've seen some tambourine players, as they call them, you know,
We're not.
directing the choirs and things of that nature. Should they still continue to do it?
Come on, man. We believe that if we know your life, I'm not going by your actions. I'm going by if we know your life, because some
Okay.
folks have just funny actions. But if we know your life, you have to be careful by being in ministry. You're promoting something that we feel that has a connotation that is against God's values and God's will. And if you're changing your life, once it's changed, we can talk. But if you're going to live that lifestyle, be in the pews, work in the pews, listen to our words, get our teaching, so that way we can come to some sort of conversation.
So how hard? Okay. So if you know that person's lifestyle, do you keep it to yourself, or you telling your pastor or somebody that look, I was at so and so, I was delivering mail at so and so, and I saw a homeboy or homegirl just chilling. I said, "What's chilling?" No, they were chilling in this bar. I just so happened to deliver mail there, and they walked in and they turned around and they didn't call me, but I called them, and they were shocked. I mean, because it's more prevalent now.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
The lifestyle is just totally different.
and it's a challenge for churches.
Yes.
when you think about it.
But it comes to what we was talking about, I guess, the respect. when you see this person and you know in your heart, and they're wailing, and you're going, "Oh Lord."
Yeah, I think that one comes to, let's deal with this one-on-one until we can't deal with it one-on-one. I think we cannot expose somebody because of that. I think we have to work with that person and say, "Look, man, I'm not going to expose you, but you need to deal with this.
Mhm.
And I'm here to help you. And how can I help you?" And then as he opens up, he reaches out, because being transparent is how you get help. The worst thing that ever happened to the church was rumors. Or worst thing that happened to the church is the bibbing, the talking on the phone. That's the worst thing that ever happened to the church. When the church is supposed to be a place where I can be broken, come and speak out in front of the whole entire church. I'm broken, help me, and it never leave that building.
Mhm.
Doesn't happen that way anymore.
Mhm.
Doesn't happen. And it could be your leader, or you could be a person baptized yesterday. Matter of fact, it's better to be a person baptized yesterday. You'll get more help than if you've been in church for 10 years.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So part two of my question then. So if you know of someone that's the term they use back in the shacking, and they have a leadership position in the church, should they still hold it?
Bro, you can't.
I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the question. I know somebody's probably thinking it.
You know, to everybody listening, if you think it's okay to be against the word of God and still preach, then you never met God. You never met him.
I agree.
I think that it's important for us to understand that when you mess up, take a step back, get yourself right, then get back in the saddle.
Come
But
on.
don't be riding that boat thinking, well, God's going to forgive me.
Well, that's what Pastor D was saying. Is he a pastor?
Pastor D.
That's what Pastor D was saying. That's not going to float. Our lifestyles should reflect our faith.
I agree.
I'm just trying to get on this radio show.
People mess up, right? So it's not about
Yeah.
messing up. People mess up, you mess up. But it's how you deal with your mess.
I'm glad you said that. How you deal with your mess. That is so important right there.
Yeah, it really is. People, everybody has garbage, but people put it in the bag and take it out for garbage day. Some people have garbage and leave it there, and you can't do it.
Okay. We got 2 minutes. This one's from our producer because I'm going to put him out there. What about women wearing hats in church? Should they or should they not? Is it an offense or what? I mean,
it depends on the church. It depends on the church. Because some churches say you have to wear a hat, some say you don't. So it depends on the church.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Is wearing a hat gonna put you into heaven or not wearing a hat? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think the obedience. If your church requires you to wear a hat, wear a hat. If it doesn't, don't.
Because it says obedience better than sacrifice. So
I don't
agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, we want to interpret the scripture 15 different ways.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that the real truth is obedience. That's always been the fact for me.
Right.
Is obedience.
Because you can have your hat on and still be a hellion in the church. You can have your prayer cloth on and still be a hellion in the church. So
you could have your suit on too.
Exactly. So that wearing that hat doesn't make you sanctified. It doesn't make you holy. But it's not going to change it. So
now there will be people who will tell us that we're 100% wrong.
If it's
not listening right now, but they'll be out there.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would say to them, if I'm 100% wrong, well then explain to me how come the Jewish women don't wear hats.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, the men wear hats.
Exactly.
Explain to me how that works.
Yeah. Yep.
Yarmulke's a hat. It's a little cover.
Oh man, we got
1 minute.
We got less than 1 minute. Wow, this has been some good conversation. It's good to see our friend Pastor D sign on tonight. We're glad you're with us.
And our regulars.
And our regulars.
Yes.
So we're really good. No, we're not picking on the women. No, we're not picking on the women. I'll talk to you later, babe.
Didn't I say suits?
Yes, you did say suits.
Did I say suits?
Yes. That's another conversation about
that's
So stay tuned. Right. So stay tuned. Next week we'll have some more fun, some more stimulation conversation. And you just might hear us saying,
You do it.
I'm doing it. Everybody say, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Oh, he was on time.
You were late. You guys were late. You know what? We gotta talk to the folks one time and say, hey, what did it look like to you?
We were exactly.